What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and we got some breaking news. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Rick Brunson. Mm, mm, mm. Father of NBA player Jalen Brunson. Rick Brunson is the assistant coach of the team. That's right. Rick Brunson is the assistant coach of the New York Knicks. And we're going to get to a lot right now. We're going to unpack a whole lot and what people don't know. Because this happened in my town, and I just found out all of this took place. You guys didn't know anything. This just didn't happen. This is known throughout my town that I live in right now. Rick Brunson is not liked out here for a plethora of reasons. Rick Brunson, while he was playing for the Chicago Bulls and was living out here, was, definitely, we are exposing it tonight. Well, this morning, as soon as I got back in the house, I couldn't get back in this house fast enough. Look, this man, Rick Brunson, was, in his mind, in a relationship with a woman at a Chicago fitness center who was a massage therapist, which he used to go to right out here. Rick Brunson one night decided to go and see this person, make a fake appointment, grab this woman, and forcibly SA'd this woman at the location, at the fitness center. This is Rick Brunson's arrest photo when he was arrested. The married man, Rick Brunson, claimed that he was in a relationship ongoing with this woman. And for some reason, she got mad and just filed these charges against him. How is this a new low for me when I'm reporting the news? I didn't know about this story. And it's in my town. Until everybody was like, did you see the Knicks game at the store? And somebody was like, oh, I can't stand Rick Brunson. And the lady, she was like, yeah, after what he did. I was like, what did Rick Brunson do? They didn't know who they were talking to. So they brought it up like, yeah, Rick Brunson, he was an animal. I'm like, he was an animal. What did he do? And sure enough, I looked it right up, and there it was, Rick Brunson. Right, they covered it up. The NBA covered all of this up. And we're going to get to all of that right now because we're going to go to why this was covered up. So Rick Brunson, who's a role player, journey player at this time, the Bulls get rid of him. His family still lives here. He's playing somewhere else, like Minnesota somewhere. He's in the twilight of the end of his career. Rick Brunson decides he's out wilding, doing everything he's doing, and alleged he was in this relationship with this massage therapist till he decided to come in one day and at the facility and sexually assault the woman and put hands on her. Abuse, the whole nine. Right? Nobody believed the woman. Just said, oh, she was a woman that wanted an NBA basketball player because she was just a massage therapist. This case made it all the way to Lake County. The prosecutors had enough evidence and they were going in. Here's where it gets tricky, people. Here's where this story gets real tricky. See, the judge in Lake County was switched. They did a change of judges. Now you might say, well, what the hell would they change the judge for, right? That don't make any sense. Well, it was going to make more sense to them because changing that judge to the Waukegan judge that they had turned out to be just what the doctor ordered. Yes, Dennis Bergson was the defense attorney for Jalen Brunson. I mean, not Jalen Brunson, but Nepo Baby's daddy, Rick. So Rick Brunson decided, you know what would be a great idea? If I was to get this defense attorney who's okay and cool with, the defense attorney is okay and cool with this other judge. Because Bergson used to be an assistant DA in Lake County. He actually knows this judge's family. Like they are actually really good with each other. So he wanted to get that judge to hear the case. And sure enough, they got the judge that they wanted to hear this case out in Lake County. And guess what happened? Something very unprecedented happened in this case. Not only did they decide to throw the case out and call him not guilty, they claim that they did not provide enough evidence in the case. They said the prosecution did not bring enough evidence to the table. Oh no, Outlaw. You need to hear this. They said they did not bring enough evidence. would shock the prosecution altogether. That they didn't have enough, a woman did not have enough evidence that she had been SA'd when the key evidence in the case, and this is something you should pay attention to, Outlaw. That's why I say you should hear the whole story out before you start talking. Y'all should hear this whole story out. Listen. Here was the case that was the biggest sticking point. If he was in an ongoing relationship with this woman, why did he sign in under a fake name? You're Rick Brunson. This woman knows you already. Why did you sign in under a fake name to come in there and abuse and assault this woman? Do you want to know the fake name that this man gave at the massage parlor? Rick Brunson. This is all facts. They tried to have this case sealed. His fake name that he wrote down and gave to the massage parlor was Patrick Ewing. He wrote Patrick Ewing as the fake name on the massage parlor sign-in sheet. He signed in under the false name of Patrick Ewing. This is all facts. This is all in this town. Everybody knows it except for me. I'm the only one that just find out all of this now. Because they don't want Rick Brunson to have a championship at all. They're mad at Rick Brunson. They can't stand him here in this town. They hate his guts. Now, actually, it was Whole Foods. It wasn't a beauty salon. It was in Whole Foods. But yeah, because everybody was talking about last night's game. So they were in there talking about, can you believe they did that? And the girls were like, I don't. Rick Brunson, I don't like Rick Brunson. So you know that's going to get my attention right away. You don't like Rick Brunson? Hey, my antennas was up. Like, you don't like Rick Brunson? And this was all under my nose. Did not know any of this. So, of course, I went digging. And it didn't take a long time to dig up everything that I found out. Rick Brunson allegedly was stalking this woman, stalking women from the gym, from that same place, not just this massage parlor. This was going way back. His wife knew, and she had left Rick. She was tired of Rick Brunson and these extramarital affairs he was having. He was stalking women. like a creep. So once this was all over, the lawyer wanted the case file sealed. He didn't want any of the details out. And the judge is like, I can't do that. I gotta tell the people. I swear to God, you can look this up and find out. Rick Brunson signed Patrick Ewing's name when he went in to go do his business. And they said they didn't have enough evidence. Why was he signing in with another name, a false name, if he wasn't there to do a crime? Yes, Rick Brunson had a wife. He was married at the time he was doing all this nonsense. So I'm not doing a smear campaign. This actually happened. A smear campaign is when you're just smearing stuff out there just to be smearing it. This actually happened. All of this went down, and they covered it up. And this is not even this is just one part of it. You ain't even heard the other half yet. Y'all should just be getting y'all popcorn ready. Y'all should just be getting your popcorn ready. Look, somebody done pulled it up already. The prosecutors claimed that in April 14th, he used the subsidium Patrick Ewing, the retired NBA star, to book a massage appointment at the Lifetime Fitness in what town? The town I live in, right? Yeah. So let this know right now. This is no hocus pocus. This is no joke. This is all real. And I just found out about it today. Do you know if I'd have known about this, you would have been heard about this shit. You think I would wait to game 4 to bring this up? Hell no, I would have been brought this up. You know me. I wouldn't have held on to this goddamn long. Not only did he get away because of the lawyer he had, his defense attorney, who used to be an assistant prosecutor over there with Lake County. So he got the judge he wanted so he could get the case thrown out. And they said not guilty for Rick Brunson. He survived, right? So he can go ahead. So Rick Brunson goes on to Minnesota, the Timberwolves. That's right. Rick Brunson. He's got a new job, new life. He's in Minnesota, baby. The Timberwolves. And here it is, 4 years after, not even 4, 3 years after that goes down. Rick Brunson, who's an assistant coach over there, has to resign. And it was like abruptly resign. In May of 2018, they had to do an investigation with multiple women that worked for the Timberwolves. Rick Brunson was stalking these women, sexually harassing them when they're telling them to stop. One woman was married. The Timberwolves had to do an internal investigation and deemed that Rick Brunson needs to step down, effective immediately. Rick Brunson making calls, making lewd remarks, slapping women on the butts. They said they pointed out that the massage therapist waited 10 days before contacting law enforcement and presented security footage showing her laughing and interacting normally with Brunson as they left the room. Well, that was what he wanted to show on the tape. She was acting normally because she did not want him to go crazy. I mean, who's signing a real name? Okay, well, you come up with another name, but you don't say Patrick Ewing. You gonna put Patrick Ewing in that massage parlor? That's like me going in there writing Michael Jordan or LeBron James. Patrick Ewing should be whooping his ass right now. Then the same behavior followed him to Minnesota. With Rick Brunson following people, stalking people in the office, going out of his way to stalk women and sexually harass them at work. And they said he was warned to cut it out. And they meant it. Like, just stop. He didn't stop. So he resigned, could not get a job nowhere in the NBA. Nobody would hire Rick Brunson. Ironically, he ends up with the Knicks. Yeah, because Leon Rose, his former agent, who was help protecting his ass, hired him so he could bring his son in. It's the only reason he got a job. Rick Brunson would not be in any NBA job. So the NBA had to go to cover up all of this stuff now because they want to promote Jalen Brunson and sell this father-son image bullshit and don't even bring up the fact of the investigation that was done internally by Minnesota Timberwolves. That Rick Brunson had to resign. It was a resign or be humiliated. actually went down. The NBA want to sell you this NBC, this beautiful story. Meanwhile, Rick Brunson is an animal. He's a monster. And they knew about it. So imagine what he's still doing now and how worse he's going to be in New York. It's probably going on right now. But they say they care about all women, right? Yeah. Yeah, not the NBA. They put him in high school ball. He couldn't get to the pro levels no more. He screwed that up. He shouldn't have had that job. That's why the people here don't want him to win a championship. I didn't know anything about this till I walked into Whole Foods. And I said, wow, I walked into something great. This was supposed to happen. This was supposed to happen today. Old news is new news to those who don't know. Why would Diddy be a monster? Hell no, Diddy ain't a monster. So Rick Brunson, in two different incidents, gets to avoid jail time, gets to avoid all of the crimes that he really was committing. Who knows what Rick Brunson is doing now? But when another case pop up, remember this photo. When another Rick Brunson case pop up, remember this video, remember that photo. Absolutely. I mean, what makes Diddy a monster? He was in an abusive relationship with his girl who was also abusive. Didn't you hear the case? She would just beat on Cassie, would beat on him constantly, just out the blue. She was wilding out on drugs. Do you realize this woman was on all type of drugs? Did you not hear the trial? You think Diddy was there just pouring stuff down her throat? It was the most ridiculous claims I ever heard. That's why the jury didn't believe it, because if you listen to all the evidence, she was doing all this stuff on her own. He wasn't even around. She was taking drugs. He broke Kim Porter's nose. Says who? Now, is Diddy a guy that will put his hand on a woman? Absolutely, he is. He's an ass kicker. I don't agree with it, but that's what Diddy does. But Rick Brunson is out here doing SA moves, stalking, doing all kind of craziness. Multiple women in Minnesota. Read it. Go pull it up. Minnesota Timberwolves. Rick Brunson. All of this is out here. Mm-hmm. Brunson was supposed to be hired as an assistant coach for Temple. And that's where Jalen Brunson was going to go to play ball. He was going to go to Temple University. And Rick Brunson was going to be the assistant coach. This whole thing screwed everything up. Because at this time, Jalen Brunson was a top 15 recruit. Yeah, he was a top 15 recruit at the time. So the deal was Brunson was going to go over to Temple, where his daddy was the assistant coach. Mm-hmm. Right. Y'all swear he be lying. It's okay, Nick fans. Y'all want to love him. Y'all don't care if he murdered somebody. Y'all be, man, dude, that's an old crime, man. That dude been dead 20 years. Nobody care about that, boy. Nick. We know. That's fine. Nobody asking y'all to care. Y'all, we know what kind of fan base y'all are. You've already shown what kind of fan base y'all are. You've already played y'all hand. You showed the whole world how disgusting New York actually is. Y'all already played y'all hand. We seen y'all. So now more people just has total disdain for the team, the fans, everybody. So we get it. Now, they attacked Wemby last night, throwing eggs at Wemby, for no reason. So we already know that the Knicks fan base is trash. They fixed the game last night. Everybody could see that they did that. And we'll say that for another video in time. This is not about me putting my hands on Adam Silver just yet. It's been ridiculous. Let's just keep the focus right where it needs to be, and that is on Rick Brunson. Yes, Rick. Rick Brunson, who allegedly told a woman from the Minnesota Timberwolves what he would do down to her regional area with his tongue and how good he was at doing oral pleasures on women. They were not interested. One of the women were married. But this y'all guy. This is your guy, man. So Knick fans, you don't care one bit, do you? Y'all don't care if Rick Brunson is hurting people, destroying lives. Yeah, well, that's the realities of it, man. So now that you have all the evidence, you guys can go along with it and do what you like with it. I just had to present the evidence that was out there. All y'all want to do is talk about the corrupt game or what happened last night. But y'all should be really looking at Rick Brunson and bringing that to the forefront because this needs to be brought out to the light. And it's right back raining again. Oh, yeah. Well, let's see what happens now. Oh, the corrupt game from last night? Yeah. We'll talk about that later. I don't want to get my blood pressure high. But I just found this news out, and the NBA has been keeping this thing quiet and hush hush because they want to, it ruins their marketing plan. But yep, it is what it is. So now you have the information. It's not about me, it's about Rick Brunson. I'm out.